Hey guys, welcome back to some Guild of Guardians. In today's video, we're going to be looking through the Ascension seals and essentially the buyer's guide that we have in here. Now we know that Erie's shop is back open. Now it's pretty interesting because there's a couple things that I do want to note on here. Of course, this is June 11th, so this actually came out today for the buyer's guide. And as you can see, there are some fresh news. This store is going to be opening and you're going to be able to buy these Ascension seals. Now this is the item you need to turn your Guardians into Radiant Guardians and turn them into an NFT. Now, the only way that you can sell these, the only way that you can earn within Guild of Guardians is through these Ascension seals. And of course, if you are completely free to play, good luck making it into the leaderboard. We don't even want to get into the whole debacle that we're kind of seeing right there. So Ascension seals will allow you to ascend again Guardians into Radiant Guardians. Ascension seals are in Erie's store, which is the GOG token. That is right, you can only use the Guild of Guardian tokens to buy these within the store. Now, purchasing the seals in the store is designed to be cheaper than buying them in the game with a much bigger discount if you're buying in bulk. And then, of course, they will be available June 12th, which is essentially with the time zone change, it popped up right now. So what are these seals? This is what gives you full digital ownership. This also increased the stats. And when we talk about the stat increase, it is massive when you start getting into legendary heroes. If you don't have the heroes up to Radiant, you are missing a big chunk of the HP, the attack and the defense that these heroes do possess. Now, of course, when it comes to HP, attack, and defense, those are usually the primary stats that are linked to the skills that these heroes do possess. Now, of course, maximizing the value of the seals. This is where it gets a little bit interesting because this is showing buy with Guild of Guardian tokens. And of course, we just got the leaderboard results, which gave us Guild of Guardian tokens. So depending on where you were in there, you could possibly get some of the Guild of Guardian, that GOG token, which of course is going to give you the ability to buy some of these seals based on the tickets. Now, the price discount, buying will give you a discount compared to buying the same as using them in game. So that means if you're purchasing them in the Google Play Store, if you're purchasing them in the Apple Store, they're going to be much, much more expensive than buying the GOG token. And then, of course, if you're buying them in bulk, we're going to see a much bigger discount on these, which is good to see. Now, right here, they're coming in 3 tiers. Now, this is where it gets kind of interesting because when we start looking at the numbers, so I believe 40 Ascension seals, you can see is 20 of these Guild of Guardian tokens. So you get a 30% off of in-game, no additional bundle. So total savings about $1.50. Now the Guild of Guardian token is about 12 cents, which again, kind of looking at the math there, doesn't seem really on par. Now there's a couple things that I do want to note as well, which we'll look at in just a minute when we actually get into the store, because I'm going to have to stop it right here because looking at the chest of seals, 265 GOG tokens for 600, and then 3,000 for a mountain of Ascension seals is running 1,100 GOG tokens. However, when I hop over to our store, boom, you can see a little bit different in here. Right here, your 3,000 seals runs 1,540. Getting a chest right here, 600 seals is 370 tokens. From the release, again, they did a little bit earlier today. As you can see, those numbers are a little bit off because this is telling me 600 seals is 265. This is telling me 600 seals is 370. So the prices in here are much higher than literally we see in the update today. And of course, which throws off all the numbers that we're seeing here because of the discounted amount is not going to be the same because essentially they are a lot more expensive than what they showed right here. Now, of course, when it starts getting into the seals themselves, they'll be available as of today, which again, these prices are not the same as what we're seeing. Goes through the step-by-step guide, so connecting your wallet, going in the store navigation, and then, of course, purchasing them. Once you get them, you will see them in the game. Now, of course, there's a lot of different things in here when you look at a Guardian, and you look at this Ascension in the top right. This is how you ascend your heroes. Now, right here, we are looking at Atticus. Again, you have to think of this big picture because looking at Atticus right here, HP attack defense is going to go up plus 50%, but it is going to run you 163 seals. That is right, just to get one hero, one legendary 5-star hero, up to essentially an NFT. This is going to run you 163 seals. And again, looking here, 163 seals. Here you get 40 for 27 tokens. And then, of course, I want to look over at the game itself. So looking at Guild of Guardians and kind of comparison again into what those prices look at. So when we're looking here at the actual shop and looking at the Premier shop, looking at the Ascension seals, you can see 40 seals are $4.99. So essentially it's $5 for seals. Looking at 450 seals, it is $49, which again, looking at what we have here. So if it is, and again, just kind of thinking, so if we have 450 seals, and I got my calculator over here, and we're looking at 50 cents, you're talking cost ratio for those are about, I believe about 11 cents. I think it's going to come out to about 11 cents. Yep, about 11 cents for a seal, which again, thinking of and looking at what we were just seeing just a minute ago with looking at Atticus. So if it's 11 cents a seal, and then of course we just kind of multiply that times needing 163 seals. Now, of course, the Ascension seals needed are going to change depending. That puts this hero about $18 based on seals. And of course, when you go over to Token Trove, he's running about $22 to $24 depending on exactly how much you want to sell him for. So again, if we acquire the Gilded Guardian tokens, we bought the seals out of the shop, which of course are a lot more expensive now. Not really a massive comparison because that's a pretty big price difference. But then when you look at $18.11 to essentially get this hero up, as we see right here in the screenshot, getting him up to that ascended level, or getting him up to that ascended level, making him an NFT, it is going to run you about $18. So again, you could clear a couple bucks if you're getting some heroes, but of course you do have to have these heroes first, which is going to come through the summoning. With the summoning, you're limited to the amount of summonings that you get, because of course that is tied to not only the summoning stones you get, but it is also tied to the diamonds that you get in there. So it's kind of crazy. So of course, Gilded Guardians is used to mint NFTs. 20% of the revenue is going to be earmarked for purchases of Ascension seals and would be swapped for the GOG token and going towards the reward program. So you can see kind of how this economy is building. And again, kind of the questions that I have is, number one, why when it comes to the store, are these a lot more expensive than what they were just saying that they would be? Now, of course, looking here, I want to go ahead and connect my wallet up here. I'm going to connect the Passport wallet. It's going to go through my Google account, and there we go. So it is going to log us right in. It is finished. The connection has been secured. And looking at our balances, we do have some Gilded Guardian tokens right here. 389 tokens, which means at 389, we have just enough to get this chest of seals. We're going to go ahead. We are going to buy this one, or I might save for this one, but I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to buy this one now. We'll go ahead and we'll pay with the coins in our wallet, which is going to pay with the Gilded Guardian tokens that we did receive. It is going to confirm the transaction right here. Understanding more to stay safe. And there we go. So collecting the order, initializing the payment. And I wanted to show you guys kind of how this looks and how easy this is, honestly. There we go. It's requesting a payment from the Gilded Guardian store. And then, of course, we got the seals. There's the finalization. It's on the way to your inventory. So let's hop over. And again, we're going to look at our Gilded Guardians account right here and wait for these to show up in the inventory, which I already had some of these because I bought them a little bit earlier. And right there, we have 273 of these Ascension seals. So I don't think the other ones have come over. Now, when we are looking at the Guardians themselves, it is a little bit different when it comes to the cost of these Guardians. So what I mean by that is looking at a few Guardians within here. So even going down here, let's say some of our regular 6-star heroes right here, looking at the Enlightenment, or looking right here at the Ascension, it's going to run us 124. So again, at 11 cents each, which getting them out of where we just did, they were actually a lot cheaper with these Ascension seals, because essentially if we're buying them through Erie Shop, they are going to be a lot cheaper. But you can see that Thorit is 124 seals. Looking at Ashwin, he is running 143 seals. And then looking at Grizel, it is 193 seals. And it does kind of track the cost based on these heroes. So as we continue to make progression and get a lot more heroes, even here looking at Tybor, we could go ahead and ascend him for 92 seals. But we could ascend him, making him a tradable NFT, making him a Radiant Guardian. Then we could swap him over to Token Trove where we could sell him. Now, of course, we could do this with a multitude of heroes. Even looking at our absolutely best, by far, free-to-play hero right here. Looking at Dezidra, Desidro, we could actually build her up quite a bit using some of these copies that we have in here to build her up quite a bit. And then of course we could go through the Ascension process and build her up, see what the cost return essentially is with this hero, because it takes her from 3 stars to 4 stars. Then of course we need a lot more of these, and then it's going to take more copies to get her built up a little bit further. But looking at the Ascension, and again, looking at an elite hero versus a legendary hero, this one is only running 37 seals, which is pretty good right in there, making a big difference. I don't know if I have to wallet sync this maybe. You claim your Ascension seals. There we go. So check your E. So that takes us to 873. So with the Gilded Guardian tokens we had, there is the rest of these, which again, since we got these discounted, and again, I'm going to have to run the math to see exactly what it kind of looks like, but having those discounted is going to make a big difference, because essentially, like we said with Atticus, where the cost of buying the seals for your in-game currency or buying them through the Google Play Store or the Apple Store, looking at the value of around 11 cents, made him about 18 bucks. And again, thinking of Token Trove, looking at how much you can sell them for, you'll make a couple dollars overall. And again, when you start thinking of this, and I wonder if I have I don't have Token Trove up right now, but thinking big picture. So again, a lot of players might be saying, you know, $4 or $5, it is what it is. Very, very small amount of money. However, when you start really building that up, so when you think of one hero and if you're getting $4, you're getting $5 out of here. Okay, you're getting $4 or $5. Let's say you do that to 10 heroes. Now you're looking at $40 or $50. And let's say you do that to 100 heroes, which I know is kind of crazy to think, but if you're doing it with exponentially more heroes, you could be looking at $400 to $500. And of course, when you start getting into the higher level heroes, the price just exponentially goes up. Even looking here, we need some more souls to build Leah up a little bit further. And then of course, looking at, we have 8 stars on here. We have Radiance level number 3, which means we have continued to buy this hero. This is actually the baseline for these heroes are 8-3 when you look at the founder heroes, which of course is the reason why these heroes come with a really, really big price tag. You're talking hundreds of dollars for these heroes, is because when you look at the build of these heroes in relationship to our regular legendary heroes, they are already built, and they are already built up very high. You can even see right here, HP, attack, and defense based on the Radiance is at 135% of where it normally is. So again, if we had this hero just at a regular 5-star, that would be just kind of the baseline, but getting the level 3 Radiance, getting the 8 stars on there is really bringing this up to 135% when it comes to HP, attack, and defense. And of course, getting some more souls in here is going to make a really, really big difference. So, all right, guys, so I hope it was a pretty good explanation of the shop. Again, I don't know why the figures are off from what they posted earlier to what we're seeing today. I'm sure Discord is blowing up, which I'm going to go check out right now. But that is going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.